Okay, this is an introduction to the basics of Pro Tools for beginners. This is Pro Tools 9, but if you have a different version, this same information will still apply. It just might look a little bit different. So with Pro Tools open, if you go to File, New Session, create a blank session, and then leave the other things just on their default position, the sample rate and the bit depths and so on. Say OK. It will ask you where you want to save it and what you want to call it. We'll call it Pro Tools Lesson 1. It builds the windows that you need, builds the session, but it also does something else important. It creates a session folder where you told it to save it. So we said Pro Tools Lesson 1. In here it created this file called the PTF file, Pro Tools file. This is the session that you will open when you want to open this again in the future. It also created the audio files folder, which is where every file that you either import or record in your session goes. So all your audio will be in here. And the corresponding place to that in the session is this thing called the region bin over here on the right. If you can't see it, it's because this little button needs to be pressed. Everything that you record will be here in a big long list. So for example, if we were going to record some acoustic guitar, we would plug a mic into our M-Box or whatever our interface is. We'd say track, new, mono, audio track. There's other options to talk about later, but audio track, and create. And you would immediately change the name from audio 1, which is what it defaults to what you're recording. So let's say guitar. The reason for that is that every audio file that is recorded on this track will be named the name of the track. And if you just keep making tracks with the default name audio 1, audio 2, audio 3, when you need to find a track in the future, you'll never be able to because they'll all be named the exact same thing. But here we name a guitar. This is the record button. If you click that, the track is now armed. On your keyboard, if you hit the Command spacebar keys together, it will start recording if this is enabled in record. So Command spacebar. You can also do it by going Window, Transport, and actually using the buttons. Here's record and play and stop. But it's easier just to use Command or Control if you're on a PC, spacebar. So when we did that, let's say someone's playing guitar now and we're recording it. Over here you can see the files that it's creating and they're named guitar 1, guitar 2, it'll be sequential like that. And the actual files on your computer, if you need to find them, will be in that audio files folder right where we looked before. The same goes for importing audio. If you go to File, Import Audio, and find a file, like here's a WAV file, double click on it, say done. It will default to the place that we looked at before, audio files. If you click open, it will copy it in there, and then you can drag it into your session that way. So that's the very basics of starting a session and understanding how to manage your files.